Hello, my name is Lisa Mitchell. I'll be focusing on young female victims of intimate partner violence aged 16 to 25. Furthermore, I will be presenting these empirical findings from the perspective of a practicing counselling psychologist. The previous presenter, Ashley, has already defined intimate partner violence, and I won't run over that again. Research shows that female older adolescents and young adults in this age bracket are currently at the greatest risk for non-fatal partner violence. For these reasons, I will only be focusing on this group for the presentation. I will review the etiology of intimate partner victimization. So how do these young women end up in abusive relationships? And what are the risk factors for victimization? The most commonly used model for understanding violence is the ecological model, which proposes that violence is a result of factors operating at 4 levels: individual, relationship, community, and societal. Research has found that the combination of both observing interparental violence and experiencing child abuse is one of the greatest risk factors for female victimization. Furthermore, female victims of intimate partner violence who experience and witness violence from early on in life develop self-blaming attributes for violence victimization through various social, cognitive, and learning processes. In turn, these attributes affect the female victim's cognitive schemas about herself, others, and her safety. Also, these aspects of adverse early life experiences and their expansion into adult life are one of the fundamental hypotheses of the schema therapy model, which provides a broad concept for the understanding of current life experiences in relation to early life experiences. On this slide, I've listed the individual risk factors for intimate partner victimization. Relationship factors associated with the risk of victimization for women include things like economic stress, and the man having multiple partners, and so on. The following risk factors for intimate partner violence victimization have been found across studies. The ones listed here are seen as community and societal factors. Moreover, being young and having a low socioeconomic status, as well as having a negative early life experiences as negative paternal parenting styles, are risk factors for intimate partner violence victimization. Therefore, victims may benefit from the reparenting process proposed by the schema therapy model. So why don't women just leave their violent partners? Listed here are various reasons why women may stay in a violent relationship. Despite these barriers, many abused women eventually do leave their partners, but often only after multiple attempts and many years of violence. Furthermore, the social learning theory explains these concerns as well as reasons why the abuse is often reoccurring within the same relationship. According to this theory, through role-specific modeling, children learn to become violent against intimate partners by observing the patterns of behavior used by their parents in early life. Furthermore, females are more likely to model the behavior of their mothers. Thus, according to this theory, exposure to the violence instills a belief system condoning the use of violence in intimate partner relationships. And so, in turn, female victims feel and believe to show love to a partner is to put up with their violence, an attitude and behavior learned and modeled by their mother. Intimate partner violence can occur in many different contexts, such as their own home, their partner's home, the school, and in the community, and so on. Each context can be a target for preventative intervention. Identifying those contextual factors that increase and decrease risk factors for dating violence will better help inform future interventions. Current findings on school-based preventative interventions that target relationship and coping skills have been shown to reduce the negative impact of abusive relationships, as well as prevent adolescents from engaging in future abusive relationships. However, most survivors do turn to family and friends before, during, and after their involvement with formal services, and many rely solely on informal forms of support. Research has found that interventions aimed at informing those social networks of the intimate partner violence victim, has increased the network's understanding of the issue and helped them to better support these adolescent victims. So what are the effective interventions for counselling psychologists? Okay. Counselling psychologists should aim to get involved in research to better inform future interventions of intimate partner violence victimization. Ultimately, it'd be very beneficial to develop preventative interventions for children who are younger than 13 years of age and that are implemented before children start dating. Another area for future research includes examining how cultural factors such as race and ethnicity influence females' disclosure about the abuse. Additionally, we need more theories that examine the different roles that attitudes have in the transmission of the modeled behavior of parents onto children. There is a cry for more screening interventions that would provide early identification of partner abuse. For example, general practitioners asking more patients if they experience this type of abuse. Also, interventions that target general practitioners that are often not even referring patients to see counselling psychologists or other mental health practitioners after hearing about the abuse. Moreover, there are currently few interventions in Australia that aim to influence knowledge, attitudes and behaviours of young people through classroom-based dating violence preventative programs, such as the Safe Dates in the USA, which demonstrated effectiveness in reducing perpetration of intimate partner violence. Also, there is a great need for more interventions to assess the influence of various support networks across the different contexts. It is evident that counselling psychologists need to address the identified gaps in the literature and keep up with the latest research regarding victimization, its associated risk factors, and the most effective intervention and treatment plans. As you can see, this is my reference list, and I will now pass you on to Ebony, who will be addressing the effects of intimate partner violence on children from the view of a clinical psychologist.